Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kiki Alexander Bailey. You know me as ThePandaPhotographer. And let's talk about the new iPhone 17. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on the website. No, I did not go to the keynote. I wasn't invited by Apple, but I do want to share my opinion if you don't mind me sharing my opinions. Please do subscribe, like, and share, as I'm sharing this as a photographer, as a filmmaker, as an independent journalist, as someone that actually mind you, is an activist in giving you some education about what I think about the iPhone 17 lineup. It's an innovative move by Apple to create a new phone called the iPhone Air. Now, I do got my caveats and I do have my opinion about the product. So with that said, let's go break it down really quickly. Yes, take a look at the iPhone 17. It's the same concept as iPhone 16, but you get 48 megapixel cameras, okay? So that's great. That means all your photos and videos are going to be sharp, clear, crystal clear, but not only that, you get ProMotion with a 120 hertz display. ProMotion is important. Most of the time, ProMotion is for pro models of phones, but this year they're going to provide it for every single phone. So you get a 48 megapixel camera. Keep that in mind, everybody. And as you can see, even your front-facing camera is 18 megapixels, but technically it's a 20 megapixel sensor, but it's shooting 18 megapixel videos and photographs, okay? So keep that in mind. And yes, all the rear cameras are 48. So you get a 2x optical telephoto, but you get a 4x optical resolution on your ultra wide camera. And with the ultra wide camera, it seems like a promising fact that if you look at the iPhone 14 and 15, the ultra wides or the pro models, the ultra wides are sharp in the center, but very soft on the edges. So you have an upgrade here to a better and sharper and much more detailed sensor on the iPhone 17. Now, you're going to come with two storage, 256 and 512. I'm not sure why it doesn't come with a 1 terabyte option storage, but you know, you're going to have people that are going to upgrade their phones to a 1 terabyte storage. Now, with the A9 chip, it does come with, not the A9 Pro, you get a better performance. It's supposed to be 40% faster when it comes down to computing, but it's a 6% faster when it comes down to GPU performance. So, and not only that, you can charge this phone if you have a 40 watt and 30 watt charger. So if you have a 30 watt charger, you can charge it in 30 minutes. If you have a 40 watt charger, you can charge it in 20 minutes. Keep this in mind. And as I said, 50% faster on the CPU, 2.1 times faster on the 5-core GPU. Excuse me, I said 6%, which it says 2.1 here. Now, it's going to come with the new iOS 26, which is supposed to be a glass function, LED. You know, iOS is upgraded. So when you upgrade iOS, when you upgrade your phones, you got to upgrade the software. So yes, iOS 26 is getting a new look, and it's going to be magical, they claim. So take it with a grain of salt, right? But other than that, everybody, it's going to come with, mind you, eSIM for some, so keep that in mind. It's going to come with Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and Thread. So especially with Air and Pro models, yes. So with that said, let's go and explore now the Air. Now, I do have my opinions about Air because they stuffed all the components in that big module bump. Yes, it's a 40 megapixel camera, right? It's supposed to be 4 cameras in one, so keep that in mind. Not sure anyone is saying this in their videos, but this one camera is supposed to be 4 cameras in one. So, but just like your front 18 megapixel camera, if you don't know what center stage is, I'm going to talk about it when we get there. But in the back, this is a Fusion main camera with 2 advances with super high resolution, 48 megapixels. But my problem is it's so thin that they mostly clamp the battery. Now it's supposed to be all-day battery life, correct? So why did Apple also presented a MagSafe battery pack with the iPhone Air? So if iPhone is claiming that this is supposed to be an all-day device, then why are they really trying to push their MagSafe battery accessory? Which, if you didn't watch the video or the keynote, it's there. And some people were scratching their heads, even I was. But it is a 5.6 millimeter thin phone. It's Apple's first thinnest phone. And mind you, this is their first version. I think they're just testing the waters with this phone. So keep that in mind. They're just testing. They really are going to be, for $1,000, I don't think this phone is worth $1,000. I just think, because it comes with the same processor as the 8, mind you, with the iPhone Pro models and Max. But the iPhone Air 17, iPhone Air 17 Air, that does come with the iPhone Pro 17, I'm sorry, A19 Pro chip. I just think like the battery life on it, it's not to sell it. It's a red flag for me. Because why would they actually try to promote the power bank for it? That means it doesn't last very long. But also, I'm a power user. I need 3 cameras. And I can't deal with 1 camera. But to have them stuff all the main components in that one module is just mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling, but it's innovative. But I don't think they're going to sell a lot of these. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do have my opinions because there are a couple of red flags that I don't understand why this phone exists. And I don't think anyone asks for this type of phone. If so, it should be a foldable. We want to see Apple do a foldable. But as I said, front-facing camera is going to come with center stage. Center stage basically takes your vertical video and can make it into, or photograph and make it into a landscape. And by them doing so, mind you, it gives you the flexibility to fit in more people. So let's say more people come into your frame, it will automatically adjust for you. You don't have to flip your phone over anymore. But some people were disappointed that it didn't come with 8K, but I'm not, because I think 4K is just quite the good standard. So, in my opinion, but I'm not big on the battery life. I'm not big on it. Yeah, I just don't see this phone. I personally don't see myself using this phone in a sense, unless I'm a jogger, I'm running, I can use this phone for other things. Or I can use this phone as a backup. But for it to be $1,000 to start, it's quite expensive when you can get more bang with the iPhone 17. In my opinion, even though this does have the iPhone 17 Pro chip, but I digress. But with the Pro, ladies and gentlemen, starting at $1,100, this is going to be your best bang for your buck. Every single camera it's 48 megapixels, but what they did not, let's talk about what they want you to talk about. ProRes RAW for the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max. That is the game changer. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes down to the video features, it's an 8 times for the telephoto, it's an 8 times zoom on a 48 megapixel. That's incredible. That's going to be some fine detail because like I said, they're using a new sensor for these cameras, okay? You're going to get a focal equivalent of like 200 mil. So that's pretty good for a 48 megapixel rear camera, in my opinion. So, and you can just look how it looks at 100 mil, 200 mil, 100 mil, 48 mil, 35 mil, 28 mil, 24 mil, 13 mil. And then you got micro. So, take it with a grain of salt, everyone. And all 3 cameras are Fusion telephoto, wide telephoto, and the aperture for the telephoto is 2.8. The ultra wide is 2.2, and the main camera is actually 1.7. But other than that, everybody, ProRes, and this is what center stage is. You can automatically do this on the fly without flipping your phone. Give you guys context on what they were talking about. But I do like the design. But to have ProRes RAW now on the iPhone with Blackmagic, with the Perler app, which is coming up with Perler 3.2 for the iPhone 17. Keep that in mind. If you haven't used the Perler app, it shoots 4K open gate. So keep that in mind. These are two apps that I use currently on my iPhones as a pro user. It's going to, like I said, come with the pro chip. It's going to be 40% much faster. It's going to come with a new chip process. Everything is upgraded. You're going to love this phone. You're going to hate it or love it. But let's see how it does perform in the real world. Now, it claims it to have 33% battery life and 39 hours of video playback. Now, like I said, if you have a 40-watt charger, you could charge this in 20 minutes. If you have a 30-watt charger, you can charge this in 30 minutes. The GPU 6-core is 2 times faster, 40% faster on the CPU core. Keep that in mind, everybody. But like I said, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, 5G connectivity. It's going to come with Thread. It's eSIM, and there's not much to say anymore. So what I think is going to happen is that people are going to buy the iPhone Pros because you get much more bang for your buck, right? Some people will buy the iPhone Air, like businessmen, people traveling all the time. They want to look fancy. They want to have the latest and thinnest phone. You know, celebrities going to wear it. You're going to see it, mind you, you're going to see it everywhere in the next couple of weeks. So I think the iPhone Air is for those show-off people with money and cash to throw at this device. Now, for the Pro models and Pro Max, I really believe that, like myself, as a filmmaker, as an independent filmmaker, a professional photographer, I'm going to go with the Pro because it has all the features for me, and I shoot with the Perler 3.2 app, and I'm shooting with also Open Gate, and I'm shooting with Blackmagic because I color grade everything. But what are your thoughts in the comments? What do you think you will buy? Would you buy the original iPhone 7, iPhone 17 Air, or would you buy the Pro? Pick your flavor. Let me know what you think about this assessment and what my thoughts were. And my thoughts are that iPhone 17 Air is just for those people that are going to be flashy and want to show off that they got the newest, thinnest, first iPhone Air phone ever. Like I said, iPhone is just playing around with this product with consumers. This is not going to be the first, and it won't be the last. With that said, I'm the Panda Photographer. Please do subscribe, like, and share. You want to support the channel, there's independent links where you can help. PayPal, Cash, and Venmo, and join my Patreon. But with that said, everyone, have a good day. And if you're an iPhone user, let me know your feedback. Talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.